Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We continue our conversation now with Newark Assemblywoman Eliana Pintor Marin. Yesterday there was supposed to be a meeting, and we're taping this on Friday after the hearings on Thursday. Yesterday there was supposed to be a meeting between the Senate President Sweeney and the governor about going forward on several issues, including minimum wage and the marijuana legislation. It had to be canceled because of these hearings. Is this having a deleterious effect on advancing policy in Trenton? I mean, obviously it did yesterday.
It is, right? Because I think that, so we're co-equal branches of government, right? The governor has his agenda to get through and we have our agenda to get through. And $15 minimum wage is one of them. The marijuana is one of them. And when you were close to potentially having an agreement on the $15 minimum wage, and now we're putting it back even farther, it delays the progress of everyone's agenda, and it delays speculation of what is happening or isn't happening. So it's a problem.
It's been a problem. So has that put any pressure on you to get through these hearings quickly?
No, my pressure is I would like to get budget separate and alone and have people concentrate on what the issues are for the state of New Jersey during the budget process. That has been my honest opinion, and from day one that I've had a discussion with the speaker. So we also don't want to rush everything, and I get that, but I think that this is one separate matter, and the budget is another separate matter.
Let's talk about the $15 minimum wage, because I think the assumption was that would be done by now, and there's been holdups. What is the holdup, and do you see it finally happening in some form?
I know that between their conversations that they had from the last meeting, which was sometime in mid-December, if I'm not mistaken, they came very close. There was concessions on both sides. So that tells you that we're close. And I think that there was a few things that they needed to work on. But when you're that close, it's easier to progress when you're meeting more frequently.
The argument over legalized marijuana seems to be at this point that the reason it's not coming out for a full vote is because who has control? Who should have control? Should it be an independent commission or should it be the state?
I think there should be a commission. This is a brand new industry. This is the biggest thing since Prohibition. If you don't have concentration and a real handle on what's happening, it's problematic. I think it is. And the speaker agrees with it. I think the Senate president. And I think that that's one of the issues for us, the hurdles for us to get over.
And let's talk about the budget and the state of the economy in New Jersey, because you had the governor come out and give an economic vision for the state, and that seemed to be mostly getting more venture capitalist money and getting more investment into New Jersey. And the Senate president came out and said, we have to, before we even do that, we have to deal with this pension problem. And we have to figure out a way to bring that under control in the payments, or we're never going to be able to go anywhere. Can they both be right in that?
I think it's both. I think that, with all due respect to the Senate president, I've worked with him on the fiscal policy. We do have a problem. We have a problem with pension payment. We have a problem with pieces of health care. We have a problem with the ramped up money for school funding. So it is shrinking what we have budgetarily left in order to pay for our bills. But I think that we also can't stop development from coming in, right? Because if nothing's happening, if there's no spur development, how are we going to receive more money from the state of New Jersey?
Does one affect the other, though? I mean, if this state doesn't seem like, and it's been downgraded several times, and they've pointed at the pension problems, how do you attract money if you don't fix that problem?
And that's a big issue. I think that for the last couple of years, we've been trying to work on some of the pension issues. I think everyone gave huge concessions with Governor Christie, and I think we could have been in a much better place right now had he kept his promise. I think that, and I can speak only for myself on the Assembly side, I think that the Speaker is really trying to look, well, Governor, if it's not the pension, then what can we do? Can we tweak any of the benefits with regards to health care? Can we do something with regards to that? So I think that this budget has to show some sort of improvement in our control of spending.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you. I really
you very
appreciate the
much.
time. Assemblywoman from Newark, New Jersey, Eliana Pintor Marin. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Coming up next, we continue our conversation on the Katie Brennan hearings. If you're wondering where the Rape Coalition has been, we have the answer next on Jersey Matters.